Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to this video. Today's video is featuring my most complimented makeup look of 2025, and it's this look right here. So I'm not going to keep you long in this intro because we have another pretty long video. So please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. So like this video, leave me a comment down below or an emoji of your choice, and subscribe if you are new here. I would love to have you part of our community here in this space. Now, I did do skin prep as well. So I'm going to go through my morning skincare routine, and then we go into the makeup look. So putting in the skincare routine does make this makeup look come out to be a little bit longer, but there's a lot of you who love to see my makeup or my skin prep, so I included that. And I think it's important too, because it does, reflect on how the makeup, wears and applies to the skin and how it looks. So there you go. And then I will be announcing the winner of the XO8 products tomorrow, which is Sunday, for the giveaway that I hosted this last week. And stay tuned, I will be having another giveaway very, very soon. And I'm just sending you all so much love and light, and I hope that you're doing well during this holiday season. I also wanted to tell you I do have some technical difficulties in this video where my camera memory card keeps filling up very quickly. I finally fixed it, so I'm so sorry for that, for the repeated cuts, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to give me a like, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you enjoy. Bye. Aloha everyone, and welcome to this Get Ready With Me with my most complimented makeup look of 2025. So we are first going to start off with my skincare routine, because this is very important for my most complimented makeup look of 2025. Now, if you could see, I just got out of the shower and my eyes are really, really red. I got home really late last night because we went to a Christmas party, and I didn't get much sleep last night. So I'm going to go in with my Lumify. So Lumify is my brightening eye drops that I use sometimes when my eyes are red. I just put one in there. I just put one drop per eye, and then it instantly takes away that redness. This is what the ophthalmologist surgeon recommends at my work. That one didn't quite go into my eye. And the optometrist to help with redness and brightening the whites of your eyes. Now, I like to put this in my eyes before I do my skincare, because if it tears out, I can wipe it off right away. So there we go. We're instantly whitening up, and it will get brighter. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my Calisum Professional Serum, and I like to put this around my eyes. I did do Adipo this morning. I haven't been that consistent with Adipo this week of doing it every day. I've only done it one other day this week. It's just like sometimes I forget about it. And how I like to Adipo is I wake up in the mornings, cleanse my skin, and then I apply the Adipo Strong Body Gel, or the Strengthen Gel, to all over my face, around my eyes, my neck, and my chest. And I leave it on for at least 10 minutes or longer to help restore my dermal fat cells. And then also, what I love about the Strong Body Gel is it gives you that instant firming effect to the skin. So the next thing I'm going to go into is my Victoria Deanne Pepties. So we're going to go in with Lift. So I'm going to apply my skincare, and after I apply my skincare, I'm going to step off camera, and I am going to apply my body care while my skincare is absorbing into my skin. Now, I'm not going to apply sunscreen because the UV index right now is at 0, because it is, we have a big storm here in California, and it's going to get bigger here during the week of Christmas, we're having an atmospheric river, and now it's up to the Pineapple Express. So we're going to get dumped on like Oregon and Washington just did. So the sun is not coming out, and it's like noon right now. So I am getting a lazy start. I've been pretty lazy, just catching up on my Real Housewives with Misha Boo this morning. And then I watched that Apple TV series called Palm Royale. So have you guys been enjoying the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Beverly Hills just started, and I'm not so sure about it right now. I didn't care for the Real Housewives of New Jersey this year, or not New Jersey, but the OC. It was just like too much fighting and yelling and screaming, and I didn't appreciate that. But I am enjoying Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I think Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is my favorite out of the franchises. It used to be Beverly Hills and OC, then New Jersey. But Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I have been loving. So that was Pepti Lift. So now we're going to go in with Pepti Tone. Now, I used to be a fan of Vanderpump Rules on Bravo, but I tried watching the new Vanderpump Rules, and I couldn't even get through the first episode. It was just so bad. These kids, how they're entitled, and it seems like they all want to be influencers, and they're trying too hard, and it's just really disturbing to watch. And I was getting so disturbed on how they were acting and their entitlement that I just could not watch it anymore. I just could not do it. It kind of reminds me of watching like Jacqueline Hill and Michaela Noguera, when everybody's like, right now they're the hot topic for influencer fatigue. And Vanderpump, the new season of Vanderpump Rules kind of reminds me of that with some of the characters on there. So anyways, so that's it for reality TV for me. The housewives I like to watch because I like to see, what they're wearing, how, what kind of treatments they do to their skin to keep looking fresh and all that stuff. I love the fashion. I love some of the trips that they go on and stuff like that. But the drama on some of them is just way, way too much, especially the OC this season. So I did finish up a series that I really quite enjoyed on Netflix. It was called Sweet Magnolias. I really loved that program, and I watched all the seasons, and it ended, I think, in 2023, and they haven't come back with another season, and I'm kind of disappointed because I really, really liked that one. I like Virgin River too, Ransom Canyon. Right now, my husband and I are watching Homeland. We also watch, we watch Landman. Oh my gosh, I love Landman. Landman is so, so good. So I'm going in with Pepti Pro Call. Now I have the old formula here. This is not the new formula that has been reformulated with the caffeine in it. So I'm finishing up this bottle, and I'm not for sure what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know if I'm going to continue on with using it and just so I can finish that bottle so it doesn't go to waste. I think I might just do that because I did purchase it, and I might as well just use it and then just not repurchase it again. So here's Pepti Pro Call. And I'm keeping these at my fingertips, and I'm using my fingertips to work them into my skin. And I just take one drop at a time, and I try to stretch it as far as it will go. Oh, there's some sirens for you guys. Whoever the fire department is checking on, I hope they're okay. So, okay. So, Pepti Pro Call. I'm really disappointed that Victoria Deanne put caffeine in Pepti Procol. Why? Why do you have to put caffeine in it? And I'm getting tired of caffeine popping up into all the products now too. It's just becoming really disappointing. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in with Pepti Elastin. The one good thing about eliminating Pepti Procol is that it will shorten my skincare routine by at least 3 minutes. So you guys finished your Christmas shopping yet? I haven't. I've been so busy. This week at work was so busy. So this is Pepti Elastin in case I didn't mention it. I'm kind of like, today. I needed to really just, relax on the couch with Misha and catch up on our programs today. I really needed that rest. So I got a couple of new things I'm also going to show you guys too. One's PR and one's a purchase. Now, if you watched my last video where I did the updates and I said that Prequel is sending me their new hydration mist, I purchased this one on my own. So I'm going to actually give that one away just so you guys know. I'm not going to keep it for myself since I already have one. I would definitely repurchase that mist, but since they reached out to me, I accepted it and I want to be able to gift it to someone here who could really use it and who has been wanting to try that. I mean, it is $18, but still for some, with the current state of the economy, like $18 is a stretch still for skincare. So, okay, so that's Pepti Elastin. And then we have one more Pepti to go, and that is going to be Pepti Pad. And then after I apply the Victoria Deanne Peptis, we're going to go into the Circadia Counter AGE serum. And if you watched my last video for the quick updates, I mentioned that the formula is different than the ones that I've had in the past. It's more like a thick gel serum now compared to the other formula, which was like a watery formula, and it was on the, it had a color to it. It was slightly had an orange tint to it. And there's no vitamin C in that serum, so I think it's just hyaluronic acid and the carnosine peptide that's in there. But we'll see. I really liked the other formula because I can use it and mix it into my Photozyme DNA Repair Serum for, to lessen a step in my skincare routine. So Pepti Pad, I do put this everywhere, and I do really focus this one directly underneath my eyes and here above my eyes. And I do put it over my lips to help plump and restore the volume there. So just put it everywhere. It's really great, especially if you have a lot of wrinkles in the skin. All right, so we're just gonna let that set for a minute, and then we'll go in with the Circadia Counter AGE Glycation Serum. Just giving this all a good press into the skin. All right, so here is the Circadia Counter AGE serum, and it's clear now, and like I mentioned, it's a very thick gel serum. So I'm gonna take 2 drops. Oops, you just see how that bounced off? I don't know if you guys saw that. It bounced off onto my counter. So here it is. And I'm just gonna take this between my fingers, and I like to focus it here on my lower face first, and then I move it down to move it up to the rest of my face and stretch it down to my neck. And it does absorb right away into the skin, but it does feel a little bit sticky. And then I'm gonna take one more drop. That wasn't a full drop. One more drop. And I'm going to put this on my neck and my chest too. I like to focus this one everywhere, but you can just, focus it on the areas where you're prone to glycation or where you're seeing that glycation. All right, so I'm not for sure how I like this new formulation, so I'm just going to keep testing it out and see how it goes, and it'll be a deciding factor of whether I repurchase that or not. I wasn't aware that they reformulated that, so it's not like Circadia is a well-known brand that we see out here everywhere. It's a professional skincare line, so now they just recently were sold at professional distributors to where professionals can purchase it from these distributors. But now they just changed the rules, and if you are a professional and you want to pick up Circadia to carry in your treatment room and to retail, that you have to buy it directly from them. But they still are retailing it for the public, at Skin Beautiful RX and all that stuff. So I'm going in with my Photozyme vitamin C and E and ferulic DNA repair enzyme serum lotion. And this has that 15% THD in it, along with the DNA repair enzymes. I love this. It does kind of have a slight weird scent to it. I wouldn't say, it kind of does almost smell like hot dogs, but not too strongly. I would say, to me, not directly like hot dogs. It kind of reminds me of corn dogs. Corn dogs. It reminds me of the days when I used to work at Hot Dog on a Stick when I was in high school. Oh gosh, those were the days. Me jumping on some lemons, making lemonade, and dipping hot dogs and making corn dogs. Woof, those were the days. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Victoria Deanne Biopure Hydro Firm Eye Cream. So I'm still on the fence of this eye cream. I'm not for sure if I really like this or not. I would prefer something that was a little bit more on it's a very light sort of serum cream. I would prefer something that seemed a little bit more moisturizing. So I do use this during the day, but I'm not so sure about it yet. With eye cream, it takes me a while to really get a feel of whether I really like it or not. I do like the Beauty of Joseon. I think it's called the Revive Ginseng and Retinol eye serum. I really like that, but that one I only use at night. This one I use during the day, and I still need to give it some time before I can give you my final thoughts on this. All right, so now for my next step. I usually like to go in with a creamy skin mist or an essence. Now, these have been my two favorites. With the VT PDRN, this is their Glow Ampule. And this one right now, instead of just spraying one layer, I like to layer this one at least 2 times and press it into my skin before each application. And then I have been loving the Dr. Cerecal Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence. Now, this does contain kombucha and it does contain some green tea in here too. But I love the way that this feels on my skin. Now, I know that green tea has caffeine in it, and I know that kombucha has minimal caffeine in it because of the fermentation process. I did some research. Now, with green tea, it's not as much as just, regular caffeine added to it. But I do like the way that this feels on my skin and gives me that extra moisture and hydration that I need for my skin during the day without having to switch out my daytime moisturizer. So I just like to take about a quarter size amount, and then I press it into my skin all over. I first spread it, and then I press it into my skin all over. Now, this one does have some oils in it. It does have cacao butter in it too, by the way. Just make sure you go online and check out the ingredients to see if they're right for you. But I have been loving this. So I could see why this is a hugely popular essence, especially for this time of year. I was testing out for the last week the Tier Milk Skin Toner, and I started breaking out from this, so I discontinued it. And I'm not getting the breakouts anymore. There's something in here, I haven't quite figured it out, that's not driving with the rest of my skincare. So in the summertime, I've used this and it was fine. But right now with the current skincare products that I'm using, there's something's not mixing well. So now I'm gonna go in with the VT PDRN Cica Ampule Essence. I'm gonna go in with this much. And I put that right over the top of the Dr. Sarah Cole Vegan Kombucha Essence. Okay, so I'm just going to press this into my skin all over. Good press. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with the VT PDRN 100 cream. I'll tell you about this much. What I like to do with this is I like to focus it first on the areas where I really need that moisture, and that's the lower half of my face, my neck, and my chest. And then I take what's left over and I put it on my forehead. I still put it everywhere, but I really focus it on the areas where I need that more moisture. My forehead here, since I have large pores, and here down in my T-zone, I don't really need a lot of moisture there, because with a moisturizer, just a thin layer, because I can get oily in these areas. Not right now, but in the summertime, yes. Okay, all right. So here is my skincare. I'm red from massaging all these products into my skin because my skin is reactive to touch. It's not the skincare. So I'm gonna step off camera, go put on my body care, and then I will be back for this makeup look. Okay, I'm back. So now we're ready for makeup application. I am gonna go open up my new House Labs concealer because this one I think is done. That one's quite old. So let's open up a new fresh one. And I'm gonna start off by applying this to my hand. And then I'm going to take my concealer brush, wherever it may be. Here it is, right here. And this is the Nikki LaRose BK collection, the N16 concealer brush, my favorite. And I just take some of the concealer and I load it up on the bristles, and I am just going to use this to even out my eyelids here. For an eyeshadow primer. So we have a nice even canvas for our eye look. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna let that set for a little bit. So my most complimented makeup look this year is going to be with using the Merit Uniform Tinted SPF, and I am in the shade 22, which is Oak. The Horse palette from Hourglass, using this as a full face look. And I will say that my other two compliments that I get for eyeshadow that are the most, that I get the most compliments on are the Prada palettes, the Hollow Nudes, the one in Pansy, which is meant for, light to medium skin tones. Anybody can wear this palette though. And then also the other one is going to be the other Hollow Nudes in Peony, this is for fair to light skin tones. So these, with the Horse palette on my eyes, these Prada eyeshadows on my eyes, have been my most complimented looks. But for a full face of makeup, it's been ever since I picked up this Hourglass palette, using it with the Merit Uniform tinted SPF. So I'm going to go in with the Merit right now. Now I'm not using this as a SPF, I am using this as a foundation. So what I like to do is I like to take one full pump and I like to just warm it up between my fingertips, and I start off at the center of my face and I just apply this. I am really red today. So I got really red from applying my body care. Anytime that I, flip, down, all the blood rushes to my face and my neck. So it really makes me super, super red. So I'm gonna just put a nice light layer of this on right now. And I will probably build this up a little bit. And I am gonna take it down to a little bit where my neck is too, just to kind of blend this in. Now, I don't wear this on my neck and my chest. When I use it for SPF, I just wear it on my face, and I do take it down to like right in through here just to blend it out, because of I don't want it to, get on my collar or my work scrubs, because for work I wear black scrubs and I have a collar on mine, and I'm afraid that this will transfer onto the collar like my Neova SPF does, the Silk Sheer 2.0. And then what I like to do is I like to go in with this Nikki LaRose N17 foundation brush. I have the light fiber side here, and I just like to just kind of go in and press this into the skin. Now I will be adding another layer of this here in just a second, just to give me a little bit more coverage right here in the center of my face. So let me just go ahead and do that now. So I'm taking a half a pump, and I'll just go ahead and add it a little bit more, just to give me a little bit more coverage here in the center of my face where I'm really red, especially on my nose. Okay, so I like to just dab that one on, and I got a hair on my face. I was gonna shave my face today, but I ended up not doing it. I think I'm gonna wait and do it maybe tomorrow. I could go probably another day or two, and I just really notice it when I'm at this awkward stage where I could shave it, but I should wait, because it does take a little bit away from the glow of my skin. It looks just a little bit duller when the peach fuzz starts to come back, because I have a lot of peach fuzz on my face. I am very, very hairy. And it really does affect how the light bounces off my skin. So I'm just taking this brush again and then just stippling this uniform tinted SPF into my skin. And what I love about this is it gives me a nice, beautiful coverage. It's smoothing, it's perfecting, and it doesn't look like I'm wearing makeup. It just evens out my skin, blurs out my pores, doesn't find my wrinkles and settle into them. It just looks like perfection. My skin, but better, but you could still see my skin through, and I love this type of coverage for my skin. The other one that it's similar to is going to be the Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundation. So, all right, so now while that's setting, I'm just gonna go back over my eyes with my concealer brush, and then just go ahead and press that concealer into my eyes again to take away the creasing. And then I'm gonna go in with the Sephora Blur It powder in the Brightening Peach. And I'm going to take this Rephr 33 brush. Now, Rephr doesn't sell this brush by itself. Their eye brushes, they don't sell by themselves right now. They're selling it in sets. This was part of the complete set that I got a couple years ago. And I really love this for setting my concealer or my eyeshadow primer with powder. It's just really flexible. It's not stiff. and you just get an even distribution of that powder on the eyes. All right, so now that we have that on there, we're going to go into the Hourglass palette. And the first shade I'm going to pick up is the bronzer, and I am going to use this in my crease contour. And I'm going to take the Nikki LaRose N13 brush for this. Now, I love using this eyeshadow brush with this bronzer and the Hourglass bronzers in the palettes to apply them as eyeshadows. It picks up a perfect amount of color and it just blends them in the eyes so effortlessly. I am almost flattening out this bronzer. I gotta rotate in another Hourglass palette to use, so I will still have some of this left because this is definitely my favorite Hourglass palette. This bronzer, I want to try and see, I want to take this to the store, to Sephora, and look at their current bronzers that they have and see if I can match any of them up to this color, because I really love this bronzer for my skin tone. It's a very nice luminous bronzer, but it just looks really good for my skin tone. I wish it was part of the permanent line. That's how much I love it. So I just go ahead and just put that in my crease contour, blend it out. And then next I'm going to go into the highlighter in this palette. And I'm going to use this Nikki LaRose. This is the N24. This is from the Volume 2 collection. This is from Volume 1. The concealer brush is from Volume 1. And the foundation brush is from Volume 1. So I'm going to take this on this brush. I'm going to load it up. And I'm going to put this all over my mobile lid. And with my Hourglass palettes, this is what I like to do for an eye look with all of them. This is how I create my eye looks with them. I generally put the bronzer in the crease contour, and then I go in with the highlighter all over my lid. And this highlighter is one of my favorite highlighters from Hourglass. It's so pretty. It's really soft. It's not beaming. It looks like one with your skin. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Mood Exposure blush, which this is available in a single, and then it also comes in a full size and a mini, but this has also been in past Hourglass palettes. So I'm going to take a Rephr 15 mini brush. Unfortunately, this is not available anymore. And I am just loading up the brush with this blush. And what I like to do is I like to just pop this in the crease. And a little bit goes on the top half of the top part of my mobile lid, but I'm mostly focusing this in my, we'll say my eye socket area there, just to give me some rosiness. Okay, let me take a look. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more on this side right here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this blush right here, which I think this is called Iridescent Rose. I forgot the name of this one. I don't really use this one that much right now. I have been focusing on using these two, but you can. Sometimes what I like to do is I'll take my brush and I'll do all three blushes and apply them to my cheeks. Sometimes after I apply this, I'll apply this to where I'm going to apply this Iridescent Rose one. And then what I like to do is just put that right on the top part of my mobile lid. And it's like I'm creating this gradient eyeshadow look with these blushes. and bronzer and highlighter. Okay, so I'm just building that up. Okay, then next I'm going to take that Nikki LaRose N24 brush. I'm going to go back into that highlighter, and I'm just going to go over this right at my lash line to brighten this area up. So it did get a little bit covered when I was blending that second blush into the top part of my mobile lid, okay? So next I'm gonna take this Rephr 26 brush and I'm gonna go back into the bronzer. And I just very messily just take that underneath my lash line. And it's like I'm smoking it out. And I will take it and put it a little bit on the outer corner of my upper lash line, but I really just focus this up into my lower and a little bit to the outer corner right here. Okay. This was my makeup look all this week. And I never gotten so many compliments, but every time I use this Hourglass palette and I use everything in it, I get so many compliments on my skin in general, because these powders are beautiful on the skin. They give you this most ethereal glow to the skin. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I am going to take this Rephr Shoto 02 brush. I think this is still available. And I'm gonna go into the finishing powder here, which this is called Soft Light. This is my favorite finishing powder from Hourglass for my skin tone. And I just put this on my brow bone and use it to blend out the edges of the bronzer. These are great to do this with, to use them to soften your eyeshadows too, by the way. Okay, all right, so we did that. And then I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Unlocked tubing mascara in the shade Espresso. And this is my mascara. This has become my new favorite mascara. This is one of the easiest tubing mascaras to remove off my lashes. Like, you don't have to soak your lashes too long with warm water. You can just rub warm water and the tubes come off really easily. It also comes off very nicely with my cleansing oil too. But I find that it seems like this has been really great for my lashes. It helps condition them, but it gives them some really nice length and natural volume. So I have been loving it. And the formula just keeps getting better. I think I've been using this now for 3 weeks. So I'm gonna grab some more. And I do love this color espresso. It's like a really nice dark brown. It's not black and it's not a light brown. It's in between. It's a dark brown. I'm not applying my mascara very well today. Well, funny. Maybe let me grab a different mirror. Okay. And then you can build this up a little bit too for some more volume in the lashes. I think I used this in my last Get Ready With Me too. Oof, I just had to look over and make sure that I was recording. Wouldn't that just be a shame if I just completely was doing all this and it didn't record? That's happened to me during Mercury retrograde though. All right. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave the mascara. This side of my lashes is a little funny right now. So, and then what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a look at the makeup. Okay, it looks really good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my Iota Tache Latte, Pistachio Latte lip treatment. Just a light layer to prep my lips. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to wipe off this old patch of concealer that I have on my hand, and I'm going to take some more concealer, the new House Labs one that I just opened, put it on my hand, and I'm going to take my concealer brush and I'm just going to load it up here, and then I'm just going to go underneath my eyes and start applying that. And then clean up my lash line. I have been really enjoying applying my concealer this way versus directly onto underneath my eyes. It really helps if you have mature under eyes and you have like a lot of fine lines or crepiness under there. It helps minimize, getting too much to where it really enhances that texture. What I like to do is just focus it where I need the most coverage first, and then just lightly take what's left on the brush and clean up my lash line and out of bounds eyeshadows. And this eye, I generally need a little bit more coverage because this is my bad eye. I like to take this in between here. So what I like about this House Labs concealer is especially this color for my skin tone. This is the 21 light medium neutral. It has a little bit of peachiness to it, so it does a little bit of color correcting. So next I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm just going to take this and then blend that concealer into my Merit SPF. Okay, then I'm just going to take a little bit more what's left on my hand and dab it kind of right here around my nose where it's a little red and I need a little bit more coverage. Okay, and then I'll just take the foundation brush and blend that into my skin. Okay, now next we're going to go into my contour. So I'm going to use the Westman Atelier today. I'm just going to do light contour. I always like to do my cheeks and my jawline. As you can see, this kind of looks a little bit light for me, but it works for wintertime contour for me. For every day where I don't want, to do much like contouring and sculpting. Just want something just to kind of, shade those areas, especially right here. So this is the BK Beauty 109 brush. I love this for blending out my contour. Okay, now I'm going to take a drink of water. Now let me take a look at my concealer underneath my eyes, and what I like to do is I like to take the very tips of this concealer brush and feather that out right underneath the eye, especially right here close to the lash line. This helps scoop out any concealer that has settled in that area, and I like to take it here on the crevices on my nose and anywhere where I have fine lines and wrinkles. I just like to brush it to help with any makeup that has settled into the fine lines and wrinkles. All right, okay, so now what we're ready for is powder. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to apply my Guerlain powder in the shade medium. This is the Pare Gold powder. I'm wondering if they're discontinuing this because I saw it for sale on fragrance.net for $65. So I gotta check it out, because if they're discontinuing this, I'm gonna go to fragrance.net and pick some up to have backups, because this is my absolute favorite setting powder. So I just put a little bit into the cap and I'm working it into this BK Beauty 102 brush. I love this brush for applying my powder. And then I'm just going to lightly dust all over my face, except for underneath my eyes. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to take the Soft Light powder here from the Hourglass palette. Did you go potty, Misha? Oops, sorry, Misha went potty. So we have to give her a treaty. Here you go, good girl. Good girl. Alrighty, she comes up and tells me that she went potty. I know she does this jumping thing. And so she's telling me she went potty, so she wants me to give her a treat. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this BK Beauty 108 brush, and I'm not going to set my under eyes with a setting powder. I'm going to use the finishing powder. Now, this is a sort of like a light peachy one. There's a brighter ones. One that I really like too, which I have a single of. I can use this one, but I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Mood Light. I really love this. It's a very nice, like pinky lilac shade. And what I like to do is I'll take this BK 108 brush and I'll get in here. And then what I like to do is just take this and work it into my hand. And I like to put this underneath my eyes, especially with the House Labs concealer. This is a self-setting concealer, but if you want to, you know, like you still want to set it, but you don't want to use like a regular powder, because sometimes when you're using, you know, setting powders under the eyes, they can, you know, make the under eyes look crepey. But this will just give your under eyes a very soft look. It's so pretty. I love it. But I love this one. This is my favorite for under the eyes. But then the Soft Light here in this palette works really well too. But I really love this one for all over my face. I like this one more so than Dim Light, because Dim Light has a lot more luminosity than the Soft Light. And then also I love the powders from the Deer palette this year and the Dragon palette last year. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to go in with the bronzer from this, and we're going to bronze up my skin, and I'm going to use this Refer 19 brush, and I'm just going to load up this brush with this bronzer, and I'm just going to lightly bronze up my face. So I just start out on my forehead, and then I come up and just do my cheeks here. And then underneath my jawline. And then I'm just going to load up a little bit more, and then I just kind of take it over my nose here. Okay. Then next, I'm going to take the Hourglass brush. I have the one here from this year in the horse design, and I like to take these two blushes. I start out at Mood Exposure, and I drag it down to Iridescent Rose, and I just start applying this to my cheeks. And this is sort of like a warmer, sort of pinky blush. If you want it to pop more and you want some more radiance, you can go into this pink one here. Sometimes I will do all three. So I'm just going to drag it again across. So I will say that this brush is nice, but I just wish it wasn't as dense as what it is. This is a great brush for, you know, some of the colors that don't really have a lot of pigment to them, like the ones, the blushes in the Deer palette this year. Works really well with it, but I'm just using it so you guys could see how nice it fits in the pan and everything. Okay, so I think we're good for blush there. Then next I'll just take the other end of the brush here and I'll grab the highlighter. And then I'm just going to put that on the tip of my nose here. And then I'm going to go back in with that Nikki LaRose N24 eyeshadow brush, grab some of the highlighter here. And I like to pop it right here at the tip of my brows. And then I will take this and I'll put it in the corners of my eyes here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do my brows off camera and I'm going to go do my hair, let my cheeks settle with the blush, and I will come back and we'll put on the final touches, and I will show you what my lip color of choice that is going to be for this, and also show you some of the new products, okay? So I'll be back in a flash. Okay, so I just blew out my hair with the Shark Glossy, and I just used it on the wet mode, which is just the blow dryer brush, and look at how smooth my hair came out. I haven't even used the glossing plates. Now, the last time I blew out my hair with that, this is my second time using it, I didn't use the glossing plates on day one. I used it the next day to refresh my style, and my hair did not get any kinks or get frizzy after I used the glossing plates the next day. The last time I did my hair was on Wednesday, and so Thursday, Friday, and then actually it looked pretty good today, but I wanted to give it a wash because my husband and I are going to be doing something, and I like to wash my hair like every 3 days. I don't really like to go any longer than that because it makes me not feel good. It kind of makes me feel like icky. So, but I have to say, that glossy tool, yes, it is my new favorite hairstyling tool. Now, I have to point something out. So normally, I use, you know, my Color Wow Dream Filter to brighten my blonde and remove minerals in my hair that build up from the hard water. And I use this about every 3 shampoos. Well, I tried this one it was last week, and this is the K18 Peptide Prep Detox Shampoo. I wanted to give this a go and see what how it would work with my hair. Now, what I noticed with this, yeah, it did work better with my hair. It didn't feel like it was stripped. But in my hair where I have my blonde highlights, and I'm pretty much gray right in here, but my stylist does put blonde highlights in here too, is that this did something to my blonde. It made my blonde look darker and not as bright. It's like it took out the toner in my blonde highlights. And I used this today before I shampoo. I used the K18 Damage Shield shampoo and conditioner. And this will normally brighten up my blonde really nicely, but it's not brightening like how it usually does. It's like this did something to my blonde. So this just justifies as what I thought. If you are blonde, you do highlights, I would not use this on your hair. This is the same thing that happened to me last time. And I just thought maybe, it was just, my hair was funky and stuff, but it does actually darken my blonde. I mean, it doesn't look too bad right now. It does look a little bit brighter than what it was looking this week, but I need to go in and get my highlights done, but I really need a toner really bad in my hair now from that. So this, I am going to discontinue the use of this, and then now I know that I can't I shouldn't buy the full size. Now, I'm still going to purchase this from Color Wow and see how it goes. But like I said, normally I can get this to brighten my blonde, and it didn't do it this time. This is a new bottle of it. So I don't know. I'm just so disappointed with the hair products. So anyways, okay, so here is what my makeup looks like after I'm done blowing out my hair. Now, I think my blush looks really good, but I am going to go in with a little bit more blush because we are going to go in with the finishing powder around the face for some extra glow. So I'm just taking I just took the brush and went in between, brushed it along the two blushes that I applied at first. So I just swiped it going across like this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my BK Beauty 104 brush here, and I'm gonna go into the Soft Light finishing powder here from the Hourglass palette. And what I like to do is I like to take this and blend this into the blush here just to soften the edges and perfect it out. And I will also apply this finishing powder all over. And then I'll come up here and apply it over my forehead. Now, I think I need to go in with a little bit more bronzer. So let me do that right now here on my forehead. So I'm gonna grab some more of that bronzer and just bronze up my forehead a little bit. I didn't even put the K18 hair oil in my hair yet, and my hair just looks so good. I will do that after because that really helps control my frizz and makes it a little bit more humidity resistant because it is storming outside, and when it's raining, you know, there's a lot of humidity in the air, and if you have curly hair and you smooth your hair out, it just becomes a frizzy nightmare and my curls will start coming back. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with that BK Beauty 104 brush and just blend in that bronzer. All right, so here's this. I didn't do my eyebrows yet, but as you guys know, if you've been following along, my eyebrows are quick and easy. I was just looking for my tinted brow gel. So I'm just gonna go through my brows with this really quickly. I'm using a little bit more of this today and kind of backcombing it into my eyebrows for a little bit more gel to get in there to give me a little bit of a bolder brow than what I normally do. And then I'm just gonna brush those up. Okay, so for my lips, what I have been loving is these new Dior Rouge on stage shiny lipsticks, okay? So I did return the Daring Blushing shade, which is it was too orange for me. I did exchange it for another Dior Addict Shine lipstick. I got the color, what is this one? It's called 422 Rose de Vence. So this is a pretty everyday pinky shade. These are one of my favorite lipsticks that Dior makes. I love these lipsticks. They're just so beautiful on the lips. So now I have 3 shades of this. I have Rodeo and Atelier. So let me do this one. Which one is this one? This one is 420. I think this is Dior Rodeo. This is a beautiful color. I think that's a Rodeo. Or is this one Rodeo? No, 527 Atelier. Actually, you know what? This is in the wrong case. So this is Rodeo, and then this is Atelier, and this is Rose de Vence. Okay, so let me grab. So this is 527 Atelier. Okay. And then this is 426 Rodeo. And they almost look similar. Rodeo has a little bit more brown to it. Atelier has more pink. And then this is a pretty everyday pink, and that color again was What did I do with it? Is it right in front of me? I can't see it. I have all these blue boxes. This one is 422 Rose de Vence. So these are like my 3 favorite Dior Shine lipsticks. I love these lipsticks. They're so, so pretty. Just very, very lovely on the skin. So, and then, so for the Rouge On Stage Long Wearing Shine lipstick, I have Iconic Rose, which is number, what is it? Number 120, which this is the one that we're going to wear today. I have number 185, which is Ultimate Pink. Now, Iconic Rose and Ultimate Pink are my favorites. And then we have 222 Confident Nude, which is more of a like a brownie nude. So we're going to do Iconic Rose because I haven't showed you Iconic Rose yet on me. My other favorite lip products that I love, and you can see I have a lot of, are these Fenty Gloss Bomb sticks. I love this. This is like in between a lipstick and a balm. These are very juicy, hydrating, moisturizing, and they plump up your lips very, very nicely. The color does last for a while. I would say the only color that I'm on the fence about is this shade in Hibiscus, but I have all the other like lighter shades. So Hibiscus, I'm kind of on the fence about, but the other ones I have Tulip Kiss, I have, what is it? Fenty Glow, Blazed Donut, and Is It Fussy? So Is It Fussy and Blazed Donut are my favorites. Fenty Glow is really pretty. And then Tulip Kiss is a very nice, beige nude. And then Hibiscus is a really bright, sort of dark pink color. I mean, it does look pretty. I could probably wear it with this look right now, but I'm not feeling it. I want to use the Dior On Stage Long Wear Shiny lipstick. So I'm going to go in with the Hung Van Gogh lip liner in, what is this one called again? Fill It In. And this is a rosy nude. So I'm going to line my lips with this first. And when I apply this, I apply it, when I first get to work. And it lasts me all morning long. I don't have to apply it again until after I have lunch. And I apply it at 7, and I usually take my lunch like around noonish, sometimes 11:30, so it does last for a while. And then I reapply it after lunch, and then I don't need to apply it anymore. Now, if you feel like your lips are getting dry, you can definitely add some gloss on top, but it does kind of take away from the wear of it. Now, what I like to do after I apply this liner is sometimes I will go in and just kind of smudge it out when I'm home. But at work, I just take my finger and then just kind of smudge it out a little bit with my finger. But since I'm here, I'll just do it with my concealer brush. And then we're going to go in with Iconic Rose. Now, this is sort of like a pinky nude. Some people say it's warm. I don't get that. This is just like my lips, like a nude, like my perfect nude for my lips. A perfect rosy nude, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now, these do have a fragrance to them. It does linger, but since I've been wearing these for the last couple weeks, I just skip out on the fragrance. And then what I like to do is I like to wait like about 5 minutes before I go in with taking a drink of anything, okay? Now I'm going to take my roller out of my hair. Wow, I got some major volume today. Wow, that's so pretty. Okay. Look at how great my hair came out. It looks so, so good. Wow, I'm just so, so, so happy. All right, so that is it for this makeup look, and this is my most complimented makeup look that I've gotten this year. It's mainly all the complexion products that we've used, not the lipstick. But since I have been wearing this lipstick, people have been commenting me on this one and the ultimate pink color as well. Now, what you can do too is you can go in with, if you feel like you want some extra hydration, I do go in with the Prequil hydration or quench, what is it called? Multi-quench mist. And I will mist this in my skin, but my skin feels pretty good to right now that I don't need this. So let me show you some new stuff that I have. Okay, so here's my little box that I have. So Remedy sent me their new hand cream, and this is the PR package, and it says hand and cuticle repairing butter cream with retinol. Hands are one of the most neglected parts of the body and one of the first to show early signs of aging. My patients kept asking for a hand cream that goes beyond the basic hydration, so we developed an advanced formula with clinically proven ingredients that hydrate and repair years of damage. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. All right. So it looks kind of weird. Like that's a weird kind of PR package. Kind of reminds me of this is like the avocado seed. So here is the hand cream, and this is like a soft silicone all the way around, but the top is a little bit harder. So it's kind of confusing on how to open this. It looks like you would press this and that's how it opens, but there's a little slit right here. And then you just lift up on this cap, which it's kind of hard for me to open. There we go. So it is kind of hard to open. Now let's test a little bit of this on the hands. So this is supposed to be safe to use during the day. And I guess it does contain shea butter in it. Wow, it's pretty thick. So, and it's supposed to last like a couple of hand washes. Well, it's pretty thick. Oh, that is really thick. It's definitely thicker than the soft services. And it is fragrance free. So if you don't like the fragrance of the soft services, then this would probably be an option for you. And then this is going to be an affordable option. I don't know how much this is, but wow, it feels amazing on the hands. Wow. Oh, that is very, very nice. It feels really, really good. It's not greasy. It feels so, so good. I'm going to put a little bit more on this hand right here. Oh, wow. I would just say like this packaging is okay. It's not my favorite. It just feels like it's really tough to get this out because it is pretty thick. But the formula feels really, really good. I want to try the Prequil hand wrap too. I hear that one's really good. It doesn't contain any retinol in it, and it's supposed to just wrap your hands and stay on. It doesn't make them greasy, but then it lasts through hand washing too. All right, so I do feel this on my hands, on the hands part. So it doesn't feel greasy, but it feels like there's a coating there, where that's what I love about the soft services is I don't really feel like this weird coating. Like it just feels like it's wrapping my hands in goodness. But we'll test this out and see. Soaks right in, feels pretty decent. So we'll see. I'll test it out and let you guys know what I think. I'll put this one in my purse and test it out. I wonder if it would be okay to eat. Sorry about that, guys. My memory card got full, so my camera shut off. So the next thing I have here, what I want to show you guys is my Jade Man order came in. And I picked up another one of the Omnas because these are going away. And I got the color in Sunshine Yellow, which I think is beautiful. And let's see, is it the same? It looks the same as this one. Actually, this one looks different than this one. Huh. So, is it the same or is it just me? No, it's just me. It's just that this is a clearer resin where this one is more of a opaque one. So I have 3 again. So because these are going away, just so you guys know. So if you guys want a Jade Man Omna like this, then you better jump on it. They're on sale on her website for $46. And really quickly, I'm going to show you what the new Anma looks like, and it's completely different, okay? So she sent me a prototype of her new Anma, and it's made out of wood, and here it is. There it is. Now, I just, she's not selling these ones yet. This is a prototype, but this, she can't sell this one because it's not coated to resist the bacteria. She hasn't had it coated yet. And she just told me to coat it in essential oil. So I did coat it with some tea tree essential oil. But this is what it looks like. Here it is. It's not going to be like this. I believe she did try to make a wooden Anma like this, but it just didn't work out. But this is the new way the Anma is going to look. And as soon as I get the okay, I will show you how to use this. But this is more of focusing it on releasing fascia tension and decompression the right way, like block therapy. So will be interesting, so stay tuned for content on the new Anma Pro by Jane Mann. I think that's going to be amazing. And you see, here's the thing with these tools, is that these don't release fascia adhesions the right way. These will just release it on the surface by doing a motion like this. To get to your root cause of your fascia adhesions, you have to release them from the bone, and tools like this will not release the adhesions from the bone. It's just going to release fascia adhesions. That's why you have to use them multiple times, because it's just releasing that surface fascia. You have to get to the root of those adhesions, and that's applying pressure with a tool like this or like block therapy. And the reason why it's wood is because wood is the best material that mimics our bone, that our body will recognize and release those adhesions that are adhered to the bone and create new osteocytes, okay? So I just wanted to show you what that looks like. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you enjoy my most complimented makeup look for 2025. I love it. I love Hourglass powders. I think that they are amazing for mature skin, and these palettes are just always such a great value for Hourglass. And I know there's several of you out there that collect these and you look forward to them every year, but this one was by far the most beautiful Hourglass palette for my skin tone that I fell in love with. And I really wish that they would release it again, because if they did, I would purchase it again. I would buy another backup, but I did give away one. I did buy one for the channel to give away, which my subscriber here who won that giveaway is receiving it today. So I'm excited for her, and I hope that she loves the horse palette as much as I do. And then stay tuned, because I will be hosting some more giveaways. And then I'm thinking about coming up and just showing you guys a video on my health and wellness plan for the new year, because I have to really focus on my health and lose some weight and be healthier, for the coming year. So I am sending you all so much love and light, and I will try to jump on before Christmas. And if I don't, I'm wishing you all a very, very Merry Christmas with you, with your loved ones, and enjoy this time. And I hope it's truly special for you. And don't forget to share your
Christmas
smile.
tree, oh Christmas tree, you stand in splendid beauty.